Hello everybody. Hello again. Thank you for watching. Today is day 13. Yesterday I had a chance to send you guys a video. I was in the middle of an airport and thank God, the video got uploaded correctly. So check that out if you haven't watched it. Today's day 13 and yesterday I talked about the question, have you ever been alone with God, part 1. And today I'm going to be talking about part 2, which is have you ever been alone with God as well. Um, but yesterday I talked about our solitude with Him, and today is all about His solitude with us. And the text for today is found in Mark 4 verse 10, and it goes, when He was alone, the 12 asked asked Him. This is what was sort of in the same passage from yesterday, which was Jesus explaining things to His disciples, and the message from yesterday was in related to being quiet in the presence of the Lord. And once you do that, what you end up doing is you end up listening to God because He has a lot to teach us, and sometimes we ask too much. But in this text, in this part 2 video, it talks about His solitude with us, and us asking Him. Instead of Him explaining things to us, it's now time for us to ask the Lord. So the footnotes goes, His solitude with us. When God gets us absolutely alone and we are totally speechless, unable to ask even one question, then He begins to teach us. As you journey with God, the only thing He intends to be clear is the way He deals with your soul. Are we alone with Him now? Jesus cannot teach us anything until we quiet all our intellectual questions and get alone with Him. Again, very important. One thing that I said yesterday, and again, Matt, for your comment, it was regarding us being quiet in the presence of the Lord, and waiting until the Lord has something to teach and explain to us, because many of the things that we learn and that we live, we don't comprehend completely, and we need the Lord the same way that He explained the parables and the things that He taught in public to His disciples separately, apart from the public message. And today, for today's video, is all about us being quiet, but also asking Him for direction, for guidance, and knowing specifically, very important, to know the time to speak. A lot of times we only, as I mentioned before, we only ask, and hope that God will understand everything. And then by the time we're done, it's almost as if God is, and Jesus is almost trying to speak to us. And right before He's gonna say something, we say, "Okay, God, Amen. Bless this day. Hallelujah. Bye." And and it's tough for Him to teach us anything, and it's hard for us to grab anything from the Lord by doing this. So the message for today is knowing when to speak to God. One thing to remember is to be quiet in the presence of God, and let Him talk, let Him teach, let Him explain. And once He does that, okay, we can then definitely ask questions. And it's almost like a circle. We ask, He talks, He explains, we listen, we put into practice, and so on and so forth. So, by next time comes, we know our position before the Lord. So today's message is this. This is part 2. Tomorrow I'll be talking about being called by God. Again, very important stuff and useful things that I'm reading in this book by Oswald Chambers, My Utmost for His Highest. I'll be sharing that with you guys tomorrow. So I'll see you tomorrow, and God bless. Oh, by the way, it is so hot where I am right now in Brazil. It's awesome. Later.